welcome back to my YouTube channel. I thought it would be fun today I thought it would be fun for today's video if I talked a bit about a faster way to color and shade your drawings for when you don't have as much time, or you just want a quicker way to do things to save time. Say, for example, you are a comic artist, or you are just somebody who is looking for a little faster process to make your drawings. And I have some tips for you. What I'm drawing today is Draw This in Your Style drawing from Chibimica art. I will link their profile in the description down below if you want to check it out. But I think it just had the deadline in the beginning of January, so as soon as I have finished sketching, I like to set the blending mode on the sketch layer to soft light and make the pencil shapes to make the sketch very light and see-through, so that when I'm doing the lines I can better see how the lines are turning out. Because if you have the sketch layer to, what can I say, not that transparent, it's harder for me to see the actual lines of the line art. Try to make the lines differ in thickness and shape, so that you can, for example, for things that are closer to the viewer, to have thicker lines, and things that are further away to have thinner lines. And you could also take objects and hair or etc., like things that are thin, to make those have thinner lines as well. I sometimes also do the line art of the hair on a separate layer. Right after that, I have a very non-fast method how to apply my flats, because I mainly just fill out the lines and like inch by inch, and then just take color fill. There are tools in Clip Studio to make this process much faster than I'm doing, because you can basically do it with one click. For the brushes that I've been using, I haven't found a good setting to make it easier to just make that one click, because you take the Magic Wand tool in Clip Studio and it will automatically see or like sends the line arts you've made, so you don't have to do what I'm doing. But like I said, I haven't made that to work for me, so if you have any tips for me, please comment down below, because I would so much love to have this figured out. Oh my god, it's so tedious. But what I do right after I have laid out my flats, I just take like a base color that would be like in the middle zone of the lighting that I want to create, if that makes sense. And so I can go both lighter and darker in the shading at the same time. So it differs from what I'm starting with first. Sometimes I start with the shadows and like the dark spots, and sometimes I like starting with the light parts. For this drawing, I just wanted to see the lining kinda right away, so I started with the light parts, and then I just went in with a little bit more saturated colors and started shading. Her skin is purple, but I also wanted to make it a little more... I didn't want her skin to look cold, like not too cold, so in the parts of like the cheeks and the nose where your skin is a little bit tighter or like more stretched out, the reason why cheeks and noses are a little bit redder or like have a more warmer color in real life is because you have blood vessels under there, and since your bone is kind of like this is hard for me to explain, but you have like the skin is a little bit thinner on these parts where you have like pointy parts in your face. So I made them warmer on her, and I moved to the pink, rather to a pink color. I suck at explaining things sometimes. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's what I did. I thought like warmer methods. And yeah, then I just go in and color the color that I want for the lips, and I start with the eyes. And so on the eyes I do the same method with the base color. Again, I just take a color that's like kind of in the middle of where I want things to be, so I can still go lighter and darker. So but I think, yeah, I started like that, and then I like using the airbrush to make the basic shading, and then I go in with a lighter regular brush and do like the shiny points in the eyes, or the lighter points in the eyes. And then I just move to like kind of blending those colors together so that it works a little more in harmony. And for the hair, I did some just quick shading with the airbrush. Since from the draw this in your style, I kind of interpreted it as there were like a lot of shadows in the hair, or maybe a little bit of an ombre effect. So I put a little bit of purple color on. I put a little bit of purple color on the parts of her hair that isn't close to the light, that are a little bit more to the shadows. And as higher as it went like more pinkish and more warmer. I think I have some like light orange tones on the top of the hair to create that warmth. And then I would actually go in with a layer on top of it and make it a blending mode to multiply, and then I will shade that with a pink color. So that's a really great method to use if you want to shade hair fast. Just like go in with basics with an airbrush, set out the lights and the shadows, and then you do the dainty or detail work with the multiply setting. And you don't have to go dark with the color, because as it's said, it multiplies the colors that you are using. So if you're using a pink, it's gonna look lighter if it's a lighter base, and if it's a darker base, it's going to look darker. So you can use the same color on the whole that whole layer, which makes it a very great and quick method how to shade hair. You can actually do this with the whole drawing. Like if you feel like you're really in a rush, you have a piece that you really want to get done with, multiply is a great blending mode to use if you want to have a little bit of a quicker process to your drawings. Lastly, when I'm making some finishing touches, I also go in with a multiply blending mode, and then I would lower the opacity to like 50 or 70%, and I would just take a cooler color, as shadows are often more on the cooler side, and I thought it was definitely on the cooler side for this drawing. And then to my favorite part, when I do the highlights, I'll go in and choose the color dodge blending mode. I love color dodge. I'm afraid I'm overusing it a lot. I love taking a very warm color, like a deep orange or very saturated orange or red sometimes, and then I will go in and just fill in the light parts and make it sparkly, make it lively. But color dodge can actually be a bit too strong sometimes, so use this power wisely. And as I've said with the multiply blending mode, you can definitely put down the opacity to 50% or 70%, or sometimes even lower. like I said, it's very easy to go overboard with the color dodge, and sometimes when I have finished a drawing, I just let it like sit and cool off for a few hours, and then I go back and look at it again and see if I overdid something or missed something. And sometimes I feel like my color dodged lightning method is sometimes a bit too strong, so I will go down and lower it even more, because I don't know, that's just the way how I like things. So if you have any great tips down below how to make your art process a little bit faster, please feel free to comment. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to press like if you like my content, and check out my other videos. And please don't be afraid to leave a comment, because I would love to talk and discuss with you guys a little bit more. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!